Hi, I'm Deborah Stengel, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures, and international best-selling author of The Journey to Happy, coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I'm so happy you're here with me. So I don't know if you know this about me, but for 20 years I was a divorce attorney in Omaha, Nebraska. And for the past 16 years, I've been working with couples as part of the retreats that we do here at Sedona Soul Adventures. And I can tell you that helping people stay together is much better than tearing them apart like I did for 20 years. So today I want to talk to you about 3 new reasons why you shouldn't get a divorce. You probably know all the obvious reasons for not getting a divorce. Divorce is just so devastating on so many levels. It's devastating for the children, both emotionally and psychologically. It's devastating for the people going through the divorce, both emotionally and psychologically. It's also devastating financially. Studies show that both parties lose so much financially when they divorce, especially women. And then when you look at the cost of divorce, it's almost unbelievable, but the last studies I looked at, which are based on census figures, said that the average cost of a divorce in the United States is a whopping $53,000. I'm going to talk to you today about some things about divorce that you maybe haven't really thought about deeply. The first one is things are just never the same. Everyone's life just gets completely upended when a divorce happens. Children suddenly have 2 homes rather than 1 home, and no place ever really feels like home again. The worst is things like Christmas or holidays. The time gets split up between both sides, and sometimes there can be fighting and arguing. And then the children are with dad and the new person that he's with, someone that probably they're never going to feel as close as they did with their own parent. Same thing with mom and her new boyfriend or her new husband. Things are just never going to be the same. And then the next one is, you may die sooner. A study published in the Journal of Health and Social Behavior found that divorced or widowed people have 20% more chronic health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer than married people do. Loneliness is a killer, and I think it ages us faster. And finally, you're probably going to end up with another person with the same or similar problems. In the 20 years that I was doing divorces, it was amazing to me as I looked back to realize the number of people for whom I did 3 divorces. And the even more amazing part was that what was actually happening was that they were marrying the same person over and over again. They just had a different name. Because at the heart of it, what was really going on was that they were not learning from their past mistakes. We're connecting with people because of the soul lessons they bring to us. Our partners are a mirror for us, and particularly for our woundings. We bring people into our lives to heal our wounds. We don't know that consciously, but I believe that with all my heart. If you're insecure or think you're not worthy of love, you're going to keep on bringing in people who won't love you completely until that wound is healed. If you think you can't trust your partner, what is it about yourself that you can't trust? Those wounds will keep showing up until they're healed. I saw that over and over again in my law practice, and I see it over and over again in the couples work that we do with Sedona Soul Adventures. We had a couple here just a few months ago who this was completely true for. Both of them had been married before and divorced before. They married each other and now they were about to get a divorce. When they came to us, they both said exactly the same thing. I can't believe it. I married my ex. We dug deeper and discovered that he had grown up with parents who were never satisfied with anything that he did. He felt completely unloved, so when he got married the first time, he was married to someone who he felt never really loved him. When he met this wife, at first she was head over heels in love with him, but then after a little bit of time, he started to feel again like he wasn't enough as a husband, as a man, as a provider. For the wife, it showed up a little differently. From the time she was a little girl, she put up what she called a false front. She felt like she was never really good enough for anybody to really love her, so she hid behind this persona that she had developed. She had actually been married twice before, and both times it got to the point where when she felt like the husband really got to know the real her, that's when the marriage fell apart. And that's exactly what was going on in this situation. So with both of them, they had the issue of, I'm not enough, I'm not lovable. We did separate sessions with each one of them to clear out that gunk and fill up that hole that happens when people don't love themselves. When they suddenly started loving themselves, they were looking at the other person in a completely different light and really seeing how much they really did love each other. They also went into this incredible level of compassion with each other because they got it that they both had the same issue. They were both mirroring each other. They both had the same soul lesson that needed to be dealt with. Once it was dealt with, they fell in love with themselves. They fell back in love with each other. She said to me just a few weeks ago, I'm so glad I didn't get a divorce because I see now that without having love within myself, I really wasn't able to love another person. And I know that if we had gotten a divorce, I would have just gone out and found another person that I would have had to have learned the same soul lesson with. So finding it out that way, oh my gosh, so much better than getting a divorce. So if you're thinking about a divorce, I'm really begging you to take one more shot at thinking this through. Think about the devastation that's going to happen to your family. Think about the devastation that's going to happen to your children. Think about the devastation that's going to happen to you. I'm not saying that you should stay in an abusive situation, or there's all kinds of reasons why people are sometimes better at not being together. But if what's really going on is that the two of you are only mirroring the soul lessons that you need to learn, then gosh, try to look at that and give it a try. If you want some really deep help, give us a call. Come to Sedona, do a retreat. Find the love that the two of you have with each other again. If you feel like there might be a glimmer of hope, go to SedonaRetreatGuide.com and get your complimentary copy of the Sedona Guide to Couples Retreats today. Or even better, call us at 928-204-5988 to talk to someone about doing a retreat that's custom designed for exactly what the two of you need. You can have the relationship you want. I know it.